La formula quadratica, quadratic formula. So, in this video, we're going to see a formula to use. We're going to use a formula, and we're going to be able to find zeros of any quadratic equation. So, the quadratic formula is a formula that allows you to find the zeros of any quadratic equation, if they have zeros, but we'll get into that later. So, there you go. What is the formula? So we're gonna write that down right now. The formula, remember zeros. Well, first of all, zeros. That's where the graph crosses the x-axis, where the graph of the parabola crosses the x-axis. So zeros are x values. So that's where the graph crosses the x-axis. I don't need quotations. So what is the formula? Here it is. Here it is. Here we go. The x values would be the negative b. Oh, you might think over 2a, but no. Plus or minus, usually when we find zeros, we have two of them, usually, because the parabolas cross the x-axis in two spots. Plus or minus the square root of b squared, squared, minus 4 times a times c, and then that's all divided by 2 times a. Wow, this looks confusing, but it's not that bad. A, B, and C come from the standard form for a parabola, or for a quadratic function. We have A going in there and there. We have B going in there and there. And we have C, just right there. That's all that C does. So we get our quadratic function. We pick out A, B, and C, and we plug it in to the formula. That will find the zeros. So let's take a look at it. But that's all. Okay. Let's look at an example. So normally to find the zeros, we make this equal to 0. And then we solve. But in this case, we have a formula, so we're just going to use the formula, and that's the formula right there. So the first step, el primer paso, is to write down A, B, and C. So, ¿qué están A, B, y C? What's A, B, and C? A, well, in this case, A is just 1, right? When there's nothing there, it's a 1. So A is equal to 1. We have B. B is equal to 11. It's a positive 11, so I'm just going to write 11. And then we have C. C is equal to U, so it's 30. So there we have that right there. So that's pretty neat. Okay. All right then. What do I do with that? Well, I just use this formula. So I'll be very careful with this, and as x equals, there's a negative sign. Maybe I'll just zoom out so you can see it like that. It's negative. What's b? B goes on the inside there. That's just 11. So negative 11, and then plus or minus the square root of that's b squared. Okay, so that's 11 squared. And then minus, there's 4, minus 4, times a, which is 1, because that just says a right there, so it's times 1. That doesn't really do it. It's too much. Not too much at all. And then we have, what do we have? Well, we have C. We have to put in the C value. That's just 30. Okay, so that's nice. We're multiplying this stuff, so we're going to have to simplify this using PEMDAS. And then that's all divided by 2 times A. A is just 1. Okay, let's start to simplify. So we have x equals negative 11, okay, plus or minus the square root. I'm going to do this, 11 times 11. You can do it in a calculator, or you can do it in your head. That's 121. Minus, because of that minus sign. And then we have 4 times 1, that's just 4, times 30, that's 120. Ooh, look at that. All right, this is 120. All divided by 2. Okay, that seems pretty reasonable right now. Then we go x equals negative 11 plus or minus the square root. What's 121 minus 120? That's just 1. That's just 1. And so I have that. Oh, wait a minute. What's the square root of 1? That's just 1. So I have x equals negative 11 plus or minus 1, because the square root of 1 is just 1. If this was like 36, then it would change to 6. But it's not that. So that we have that. And then here's what I do. I say x equals, I'm going to use the plus in this case. So negative 11 plus 1 divided by 2. That's one answer. And then x equals, well, I'll use the minus. Negative 11 minus 1. Negative 11, because I get 2 answers. Minus 1 divided by 2. I could just do this in the top with negative 1 plus 1. Negative 10 divided by 2. That's just negative 5. So here, x equals negative 5. That's one of the answers. That's where the graph crosses the x-axis. That's amazing. And then I have x equals, what is that? That's negative 12. Negative 12 divided by 2. This is x equals. And then that means just x equals, well, what's negative 12 divided by 2? That's negative 6. So there we have that. That's it. That's where the graph crosses the x-axis. We could actually find the vertex. I mean, the vertex would be a fraction in this one, but that's all there is. I hope you can use this example to your benefit, and then you just have a good day.